Alright, top boys, what is good? It's your boy 203 Mac, man. As you can see, I'm here with a new video, a different video at that, man. Look, today I'm gonna be telling you all the story on how I almost got kicked out the army. This is my first ever story time, so if y'all, if I do some shit that's off, that's a little weird that you haven't seen from other people's story times, I apologize. It's my first one, and I kind of dove right into it, just from my experience from past story times that I've watched and things like that. But look. So this is a two-part story, so I apologize. This is the first part, but look, these parts are very crucial, man. So if once we get to part two, if you haven't seen this part, come back and watch this part, man. But look, and for those who don't know, yes, I am in the Army. I'm in the National Guard. That's how I'm able to be here recording with y'all and live stream every night. I think I would still be able to do it even if I was active duty. This is my passion. This is my goal. This is my future at the end of the day. But yeah. I don't know if y'all can see, you got the little towel back there that said Go Army. And yeah, to basic in May 1st, 2023, I shipped out for basic, graduated basic. I want to say July 8th, I think. July 8th, I graduated basic from Fort Jackson, South Carolina. So if you went over there, shout out to you. Let me know in the comments where you went for basic. And then after that, I went to Fort Greg Adams, or formerly known as Fort Lee, Virginia. And I went to train for my MOS. And that's where the story starts, man. Fort Lee, Virginia. It's 2023, right? And we're in Fort Lee, Virginia, man. We finally graduated basic. We're on our way out to the big army, man, to the big dogs, the big league. But first, as y'all know, you got to go train to be your MOS, or I really don't know what the MOS stands for, but it's just your job, right? Just your job that you do in the Army. I chose 91 Bravo, all-wheel vehicle mechanic. So I'm just working on trucks all day, turning wrenches, yada, 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 right? But as y'all know, AIT is way different than basic. Well, not anymore, but back in the day, it used to be. And that's what I went my mindset in, right? For Lee, I'm thinking, man, it's just a bunch of soldiers chilling. You go to school, you come back, you do whatever, right? No, I was completely wrong. It used to be like that back in the day. I got told a lot of stories like, man, you're gonna be chilling. I'm thinking I'm about to get a little Xbox, keep me in the barracks all day, save me some gas. I mean, not gas, save me some money. And it's gonna be like that. But nope, it was not like that at all. I had drill sergeants back in the day. They didn't have drill sergeants. I had drill sergeants when I got there. It was real structured out, like it was basic training. But since we already graduated basic, we're like, well, it's not basic training, right? So you're still trying to find your little ways to fuck around the system. And I definitely tried my way, man. It didn't go my way. So basically, you have a platoon. I have a lot of members, man. And you still got mail, right? Your family's still sending you mail, this and that. So one of my battle buddies, I'm not gonna say who. All right, and I don't think I'm ever gonna say who. But one of my battle buddies ended up getting 2 vapes in. And I told him, yo, let me buy one off you. He's like, all right, bet. He really didn't have the intent to sell them. I just, he kind of just wanted to keep them. And I was like, yo, let me just cop it off you. He's like, all right, fuck it, I don't care. All right. So he did. He gave it to me. I gave him, I think, like $20 or something like that. And for those who know, basic training in AIT is like jail. All right. So the regular price for a vape out here is like $20. Inside is probably like 40. I mean, I done met some motherfuckers that told me stories that they were selling them for 60, and people were buying them $60 for a vape. Hell yeah, let me get that shit. That's crazy. I got it for 20. Shout out my mans. You know who you are. So I'm happy. I got my little vape. It's in there. I'm chilling. Right. 2-3 weeks go by, and we finally get our phase 6. Right. So you go in as phase 5 where you're just a regular soldier. You can't leave. Back in the day, it was black phase and gold phase. So, I'm in the black phase, right? And we're getting ready for our room inspections. One day, we're out there for hours, man. I mean, just standing outside of your room with your room damn near like a fucking mirror. Everything, everything has to be perfect to the spec. You know what I'm saying? To the way your shoes are tied, where your clothes are hung up, and the order is hung up, how it's hung up, where your shoes are, the way your bed is folded. I mean, everything has to be perfectly neat. For those who went through, y'all know. And for those who don't know, it's the military. Everything has to be perfect, right? So we go in, We failed our first inspection, but then we passed the second one. All right. After we pass the second one, we get our phase 6. You can now get your civilian clothes, so you get your little regular clothes. You're not in uniform no more. You can leave base on the weekends, right? Me and my homeboys, we lit. So I got the vape for a couple weeks now, and it was when we first got there. Nothing much good, nothing much of it. For the most part, I'm being smart about it. And across the hall, there's another platoon who was about to graduate, and they told me, man, don't get caught with that shit, right? Don't get caught. Just be smart about it. Don't leave it in your room. Leave it. And if you do leave it in your room, leave it hidden. So if there were any random inspections, you're good. And for the most part, I was. I kept it out of my room. I had a little hidden spot, a little gem, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, they graduated and they left the hall. And one thing I realized was, they left the room open for me. Usually they're supposed to lock down the rooms. No one can go in, no one can go out. Right, so the drill sergeants can go in, clean it out, inspect everything for the next class that come in. Right, they left the room open for me. They put a little domino in there and to the door, so I could literally go in whenever. So I would keep my vape in that empty room, right? Because drill sergeants aren't expecting it to be in there, and if they are in there, they're gonna be like, "Well, this is the last class I left," And the first weekend I left, the only weekend I left, it was a Saturday, and we went to Waffle House. I'm not from the South. I'm from Connecticut. We don't got a Waffle House out here. So one thing I wanted was Waffle House. So we went to Waffle House, got some goodies. We went to the mall. We killed some time over there. And after that, we went to a Mexican restaurant. We ate good that day, right? And if y'all know, in the Army, you eat. You burn all them calories and shit. And, coming fresh out of basic training, you clear a plate in about 5-10 minutes, And people are looking at you like you crazy. We go to Waffle House. We come back. The next day, I just stayed on base. I just went to the PX, got me a little speaker, got me some essentials. It was a pretty chill day. And then that Monday morning comes around. Things were a little weird that Monday morning. We went and did PT like usual. We came back and we got rushed. We throw on our uniform because we had night classes, so we would do PT. The schedule is still the same, right? So we go do PT, you come back, you shower, change, whatever. You go down to the chow hall and you come back usually for your free time before your class starts, right? So I come back from chow and we're just waiting to get dismissed, and they're not dismissing us. So now my heart is starting to race a little bit. Now I'm like, why are they not dismissing us? Is this one of them random room inspections they was talking about? And the night before, I got lazy. I was like, man, I'm tired. I'm just put my vape under my bed, and that'll be that, right? But rule number 1, never get comfortable. I got comfortable that day, and they're not letting us go. And then, what did they say? They say, my class, you guys are going straight to this room where we used to. It was like a classroom, right? We go to the classroom, and they're like, all right, everybody go up to your rooms and stand outside your rooms. You cannot go inside. Just open the door and stand right outside your rooms. They put us at the top of the stairs. And they said room number by room number. And if once your room number was called, the 2 of your roommates would go and stand outside. The drill sergeant would open the door and they would go in and inspect everything, right? At this point, I'm panicking. I know I'm caught. There's nothing I can do about it because they're not letting us go nowhere. There's a drill sergeant guarding us so it makes sure we don't go anywhere. And then there's other 2 drill sergeants that are inspecting the rooms. So I kind of just pray for the best, and I'm like, God, I'm gonna take this one to the chin, and it is what it is, right? The drill sergeant calls my name. He calls my room number. We go, we stand outside at parade rest, and the first thing I see, one of the first drill sergeant do was he went into the desk and checked the lip of it. That's how I knew it was caught, because my bed has that same lip. And I saw that and I was like, it's wraps. It's over. There's nothing I can do. There was still part of me hoping that, there's like 3% chance that the drill sergeant won't do that. And then I hear it. Whose vape is this? So I look, and of course it was my senior drill sergeant. For those who don't know, you have a bunch of drill sergeants and then you have one senior drill sergeant, which is like the head of the drill sergeants for the other ones, right? So it goes from, and then you have your first sergeant, which is above all, right? So it goes from first sergeant to senior drill sergeant to then the regular drill sergeant. So I look at him and I'm like, my senior drill sergeant. And he goes, "Oh shit." He goes, "All right." They caught that, and he doesn't say nothing to me. At this point, I'm panicking, right? I'm like, man, I'm kicked out the army. There is nothing I can do. Like, I'm a soldier fresh out of basic. I'm in AIT, and I haven't even graduated AIT, and I'm already getting in trouble for contraband. I mean, this is big, right? To me, it is, at least. So we go back, and I tell my platoon mates, my battle buddies, like, yo, I'm caught. And they caught me with a vape. They're like, yeah, lying, Garcia. They're like, Garcia, man, you stop playing, man. We know you ain't get caught. And I was like, no, bro, I got caught. And I thought I was the only one. Fortunately enough, there was three other battle buddies that got caught with the vapes, right? So now all four of us are caught. The first thing they do is they take our phase 6, so we are no longer able to leave base. They take our civilian clothes, whatever. Or no, we actually stay with our civilian clothes, but we can't leave base. What are we gonna do with it, right? So we're just chilling now. We can't leave base. We still in school though, right? We're still in school. They were supposed to pull us out, but we're still in school. Whatever. Whole time we're panicking. I mean, I think it was like a month that went by where we just didn't know what was gonna happen with us, right? We're still going to school. Boom, 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 and you know, because we're on extra duty, what basically means is when the other soldiers are able to have their vacation, their days off on the weekends, go see their families, we're back at the company, we're cleaning, we're doing tasks, whatever the drill sergeant needs to do, we're there. We're like mini assistants, right? And the drill sergeant, you know, I'll never forget Drill Sergeant Bowers, man. If you're out there, shout out to you, man. Drill Sergeant Bowers asked us, yo, what's your name? And my boy Martinez goes, the mob. He goes, what? He's like, yeah, whenever you say the mob, whenever you call the mob, we gonna be there. And that kind of, you know, I don't know if y'all picking up when I'm putting them down, but the reason I call y'all the mob is because I went through that and we were the mob. It was 4 of us. We were, you know, whenever we come back, you know, from school, we would help the drill sergeants check everybody in. You know, we were like 4 mini drill sergeants in at the whole company. Everybody get the fuck in line, shut the fuck up. We trying to go to sleep, you know. And, you know, the other motherfuckers wouldn't listen to us. They ain't had no respect, right? Who the fuck are we? We the fuck ups of the company, basically. But it was fun, man. We were the mob. We would do so much crazy shit. So many memories were created after that I got on my phone to this day. Shout out my guys, man. But yeah, the drill sergeants, that's how we became the mob. And so now we're still the mob, right? We're the mob. We just don't know what's gonna happen with us. So finally one day they tell us, yo, mob, come down, y'all gotta sign some paperwork. All right, cool. We signed some paperwork and we're like, at first my senior drill sergeant is reading this to me and I'm like, yo, senior drill sergeant, am I getting, you know, in trouble? He's like, no. He's like, well, if you let me finish my sentence, I will let you know what the fuck this is. It was another counseling, right? I was just being basically counseled, acknowledging that yes, this is what's going on, and I am good to continue with the process, right? So we talk to this legal team that you got to talk to. We talk to this legal team, and finally, it's punishment day, right? We got to go talk to the commander, and they're gonna tell us what's gonna happen with our future, basically, and how our punishment is gonna be served. So they give us a company grade, Article 15, basically meaning, look, this is what we're gonna do. For the next 2 weeks, you can't leave base. You're gonna stay here, you're gonna clean, you're gonna do these tests. For 2 weeks, we're gonna take $500 out your check. Not on one though, we'll take it off different, you know, $250 out with one, $250 at the other. And your next unit, you know, which is my unit back home, won't know this ever went down. And I was like, perfect. Absolutely. So I took it, and these next 2 weeks were, man, they were great because, you know, you got that weight off your chest, like, I'm actually going home. You know, I don't have to spend any extra time. I'm going home on time. Nobody's even gonna know this happened. You know, I'm just here. I'm cleaning. I'm picking up a broom. I'm cleaning, doing what I gotta do. But it's better than being kicked out the army and having to go home and tell everybody that, hey, I made it this far just to fuck up at the end. And man, when I tell you these next 2 weeks were one of the best 2 weeks I had throughout the whole AIT experience, man. I mean, it was just fun, man. Like, We would fuck around so much. You know, we would. It was fun, man. You know, and to others, they kind of like, yo, like you was a fuck up. You was a holdover. Technically, you was on extra duty for 2 weeks. You had to do what the bad soldiers do, what the fuck up soldiers do. But man, when you actually get to know these soldiers, they're just like you, bro. They just want to go home too. They just got put in a position where they made a mistake and someone else had to decide what happened with their career, you know. And that's a scary thing. That's a very scary thing, because there's nothing you could do. There's nothing you could say, you know. You fucked up, and now I have to handle that, and I have to decide whether you're a good fit for this army or not. And that is the scariest thing as a young private who hasn't even been out to the real army, the big army. You're still nobody. If they get rid of you, oh well, it's just another soldier in training that couldn't do it. And now you're going back to working at, I'm gonna go back to working at Dunkin' and making $15 an hour minimum wage and barely surviving. So boom, you know, I'm in the army now. I got these 2 weeks, these next 2 weeks, obviously. We're still in the army. We're still cleaning extra duty. And I'm like, you know, I need to pick up a habit that'll keep me out of trouble, right? Because my friends, I love them, but they was into some shit back in them days, man. So I picked up barbering. You know, one of my guys, Dominguez, which was also in the mob, he showed me how to cut hair. And after the second cut, he was like, damn, you learn quick. I started doing my own thing, man. So now I'm a barber, right? I went from being a fuck up to a barber. Man, I'm cutting hair, and you know, I'm getting good at it. And the next class, you know, y'all remember that old class across the hall, they left, so those rooms were empty. A new class comes, and they fill those rooms up. In my mind, I'm like, that's a whole lot of money that can be made, right? A lot of people are looking for me. I don't even know how people are finding out I'm a barber. People are coming to me like, yo, you know how to cut hair, right? You a barber, right? I'm like, yeah, how you know? And they're like, oh, my man's, he got a cut from you. He told me you was nice, so he told me to come look for you. Bet. These people are coming down to me, man. And I'm making cash, bro. I'm hustling, right? These days I don't even want to do this shit, but I'm doing it because it's bread. It's light, easy money. They paying for my DoorDash every week. You know, I'm getting my little Jimmy John's, my little Pizza Hut, you know, whatever the case may be. I'm splitting it with my guys. We doing whatever, and we getting this money, right? And then, bro, I mean, I'm saving up this money. I think I bought my pair of Jordans with this money. I made good money. I think I made like $500 all through just cutting hair in AIT, right? There's one night where my boy tells me, yo, let's watch the Canelo fight, right? And back at this time, it was Canelo versus another dude. I'm like, yeah, I'm with it. You know, he was phase 6, and he had a little laptop. We used to play Call of Duty and shit on there, but we watching the Canelo fight, and they bring some alcohol bottles in, right? They brought some Jim Beam, vanilla, some cheap shit. Snuck it in. I'm like, okay, all right, fuck it. We really doing this, right? So this whole time, I'm like, man, look, all we got to do is shut up. It's the weekend. We got the good drill sergeants. We're chilling. And that's what happens. We're drinking, boom, boom, boom. I think I fell asleep after the second round. I was just slumped in my chair. Nothing happened. Next day comes in the morning time. You know, we got rid of the evidence. And yeah, life is great, man. We finally going home. I'm finally going home. My last day of extra duty comes up. And then it happened.